York, Watkins Glen, one of the most beautiful parts of the country. We have cleared through the fog. We're about 2 hours and 45 minutes, by the way, from Pocono, where we were last weekend. The Xfinity Series had to come a lot further. They were in Iowa. Now they're here, getting ready to get on track. 2 practice sessions already happened yesterday. This will be the final practice for Xfinity Series drivers. Hello and welcome to Watkins Glen, New York. Chris Devoto alongside drivers Kyle Petty and Dale Jarrett. Kyle, you won a race here. We're going to talk about what we're going to expect here in the Xfinity Series. Keeping with our Olympic theme, there's track and field. The track will be a story,
yes,
and the field of drivers will be as well. Why is the track so important?
That was good. That was really good the way you tied that in. The track is because it's not an oval, and these guys were not used to running this. The Xfinity Series runs 3 road courses. I think 3 of the next 4 races are road courses. And this is a speedway of road courses. This is a fast place, and now they repaved it. It's smooth, but it's the same old road course. I mean, you've got to get down into turn 1 pretty solid, get off that to make time up through the S's. We see the bus stop right there. This is turn 1 right here. As you get down past the start-finish line, you go through the bus stop, around the long sweeping right-hand corner, then back to the stadium part or back to the main part of the racetrack. And it is a tough place. You've got to hit your marks, and you've got to protect your ground. A lot of stuff is done on restarts here. We talk restarts and making up ground on restarts. It gets chaotic going into turn 1. But once you kind of fan out and level out, you've got to get into that rhythm. And that's why I think this is so important for these guys. Having 3 road courses coming up, or 2 more road courses coming up for these Xfinity drivers, just to get in the rhythm of racing road courses.
Yeah, it really kind of helps them, and even though it's tough on the crews to do that 3 and 4 weeks, I think the drivers appreciate that they're all that close together. But as you pointed out, this is a fast road course, and you have to really attack this place, and by attacking, that can get you in trouble if you're not careful. But I think that as the Xfinity guys look at this, a combination race with the Cup Series, so the Cup regulars are going to be tough to beat, as they showed yesterday in their practices here. They took the top 4 fastest times. But as we get on to Mid-Ohio and then Road America, there's opportunities there, so they can kind of tune up and be ready for that. Bristol's the only oval. I think
it's a road course too. It's a road course too.
So I think that they look at this as a real challenge. But as Kyle said, we don't. As a driver, you didn't do it many times, so you just tried to enjoy it while you had that opportunity.
Well, today is big because of the action we're going to see on the track, plenty of practice, but it's also big because of what happens here at this racetrack at noon. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is here. He will not be in the field in the race, but he will be having a press conference. The first time that he's been at the track, and we'll hear from him. You will see it live right here on NBCSN. Again, that's coming up at noon. Cars on the track, and DJ, Kyle, you mentioned those Cup regulars. No surprise in those practice sessions yesterday to see names like Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, last year's winner Joey Logano. Don't forget we've got Kyle Larson in the field as well.
Yeah, Trevor Bayne is in there, so you've got a lot of, because of the repave and just the opportunities that it presents. And I always found that, here, trying to get in that repetition of running, how much you could attack. Now, the speeds, you talk about most places that we go, when they repave an oval, you expect the speeds to really go up, and they generally do. But Goodyear obviously had to bring a harder tire because of that, the repave. And I think with these cars, that harder tire isn't translating into more speed for them because they've only got a certain amount of horsepower to deal with. So what makes them go faster is the ability to corner faster, and with the harder tire, they're not able to do it. So it's kind of canceling out. The drivers that I talked with really like the surface itself, but it's going to be interesting, they said, to see how much passing and where you have to do that.
And there you see some of the numbers, Dale. You mentioned the repave, the new surface. A $12 million improvement project. We saw Joey Logano last year got to take the first scoop. Had to get in the excavator and dig up the track a little bit. He actually said, "I can't believe I'm doing this because I finally win at Watkins Glen. 2 races in a row, the Xfinity Series and the Cup race, and then has to tear up the track."
I will say this about Watkins Glen. From the time we started racing here in the mid-'80s, when the Cup cars came back, they raced here in the early '60s. But from the time NASCAR came back, this place has probably made more improvements to the racing surface, the racing facility, runoff areas, than probably any other track on the Cup circuit. They continue to improve and move the ball forward. from the racetrack to the safety zones to different areas. And a tip of the hat to them for that. This pavement looks incredibly smooth. When we first came up here, it had sat here for so many years, and there were cracks and there were bumps. There were things we didn't have the bus stopped in, but they changed as we were riding with Eric Jones up through the S's here. This is Eric's first time here at Watkins Glen. You hear him shift back in the fourth there. We get to the bus stop, you'll hear him come down and downshift into the bus stop here. This is a place you can make time or lose a lot of time. And if you're overly aggressive there, you can get in trouble really quick.
Down in the garage, we have Parker Kligerman. Parker.
Thank you, Krista. And I actually was listening to what you guys were discussing about this track, and you are correct. It is a lot smoother, but they did have 2 practices yesterday, and I got to speak to Justin Allgaier, and I said, all right, bud, what's different out there? He said, all right, let me take you through a lap. So I'm going to do the same. Basically, as they go down to turn 1, he felt like turn 1 was allowing them to carry a little bit more speed. It's a lot smoother, but you're not going to use so much of the exit curve. The S's, which DJ talked about, that harder tire, with the harder tire, he didn't feel like there was a lot more grip or a lot more speed to the S's. But when they get down to the bus stop, not the first set of corners and first set of curves, but that second set of curves, especially on the inside, they feel is a lot taller and a lot more aggressive. And what it's doing is it's making the race car get very upset as they come through the bus stop. Then also the exit of the carousel. Look for these cars to be using a lot of that runoff on the exit of the carousel, allowing them to get the huge run down that straightaway into the next corner. So the small differences there, a lot to do with the curbing, really catching some of these drivers out yesterday.
Good stuff, Parker. Let's take a look at what just happened with Kyle Larson. He was second quick in that practice yesterday.
Yeah, Kyle was talking about, Kyle Petty was talking about getting down into turn 1 and how fast you go down. I mean, it's really a fast corner. You get down, you get on the brakes, and see the back end stepping out there. But a lot of times you'll see the drivers lock the brakes up, getting down in there. It just takes driving a few feet too far in there, and then you got to apply more brakes. And
and then hold on, exactly as you said. And that was an area right there where we saw Larson get a little bit free. Parker referred to it as the carousel, which is the long sweeping corner at the far end of the racetrack. I ran Riverside my first road course race, and that long sweeping right-hander was turn 11 at Riverside. Yep. So to me, that's still turn 11. Every long sweeping right-hand corner is turn 11 to me. It's not. But you see that large runoff area right there. As we see, is that Menard? Or we see go out and use up all the racetrack right there. And as Parker said, you want to get up off that corner as good as you can. This is back towards the garage area. It's a left-hander and a quick right-hander right here. And we can see down to the start-finish line.
Paul Menard, another of those Cup regulars here in the Xfinity Series race this weekend at Watkins Glen. More from Xfinity Series practice when we return.